People that upvote but don't comment, why? Sometimes I like the question, but I have nothing to say. There is no point in cluttering up a thread with unnecessary comments that have already been made, simply add an upvote and move on. Most times I just worry that some butt will come through and make me feel like garbage about my thoughts. I upvote because someone said what I wanted to say or if he or she had a good comment. I wouldn't trust the answers in this thread. The people that don't comment aren't going to comment. I feel like you might not have a lot of luck with this question. I was hoping to see a thread with a lot of upvotes and no comments. We done fluffed up Reddit. Because no one actually likes my comment. It discouraged me to a level where I don't have confidence to comment. Because I typed out the comment, then realized it contributed nothing important or non-obvious, so I deleted it, read through the comments, refreshed the post a few times, downvoted, changed my mind, upvoted, and decided that wasting any more mental energy on the post would be stupid. I find it unnecessary to comment on a popular post that has greater than 500 upvotes. And I usually don't comment on less popular posts because I have anxiety and I'm afraid of what people might say and have to think about for a long time what I should respond with, etc. I usually have a lot to say but I'm just scared and nervous. But lately I've been trying to overcome this fear. Is this a trick to get us to comment? I upvoted an interview a person did with a celebrity. I didn't comment because I couldn't say "great interview" because the great answers had nothing to do with the interviewer. The celebrity was very gracious, and gave great answers. Even answered questions the interviewer didn't ask to give them some exclusives. So the interview went well, generally. I didn't want to criticize, constructively or otherwise, because it was clearly one of their first big breaks, and they were excited. I guess I wanted to encourage them without hurting their feelings. Because someone always wants to prove you wrong, even if you say something like "the sky is blue" or "I am a human." Because we are socially awkward. I always show up late to the party. I'm sure this has already been said. Shrugs. It literally takes way less effort to tap the upvote than to type a whole response, especially if that response would have simply been, "I agree." When I first joined Reddit, the first couple community interactions brought me into negative karma. Since then I have been pretty sparing with comments and posts naturally. By the time I see the post, it's already had so many comments that I feel that anything I add will just be ignored. If I can't make it down to the bottom from top before losing interest, then there's nothing to add to honestly. I'm not one of those heroes who sorts by new. Or it was a repost. Worth a laugh, not an upvote. Words hard, upvote easy. Comments are rarely anything more than a circle jerk and more often than not a complete garbage show. Smiley face. I appreciate the post, comment but have nothing to say. Anxiety. How dare you question my methods, downvote for you. Because so many mods are power-hungry little children. I've been banned from 3 subs in the last month for innocuous, benign comments that somehow violate the sub's rules. Seriously, I was banned from literature for suggesting the op might enjoy another author. Apparently, recommending authors or books violates his rules and warranted a permanent ban. So, better safe than sorry. I hope I haven't violated any rules here. Closing parenthesis. It's a way of contributing to the community without exposing myself. Especially in the more toxic subs. Because I'm not original enough to come up with funny stuff. Haha, nice try. Oh darnmit. Why make many words when none suffice? Darn. We should all have left this post completely blank, and just upvoted. Fluff it, have an upvote. There is no point in cluttering up a thread with unnecessary comments that have already been made, simply add an upvote and move on. What is this, an interrogation? Take my upvote. Lazy. Because I know there are people who comment but do not upvote. Nobody owes an explanation for upvoting or downvoting. Sometimes I see something I like but just don't think I have anything meaningful to contribute. The same reason we laugh at others' jokes but don't follow up with our own. Joke's on you, the majority of the people who do this just upvoted and left. No comments for them, thank you very much. Not everyone has to talk all the time. Amazing, isn't it? The upvote tells you I liked whatever I upvoted. What more do I need to say? Nothing to say that would add to the conversation. Because op doesn't understand the simple differentiation between that and who. Quote, upvote. I started to comment, but then I read the comments that already made my points, so I just upvoted a few of them and moved on. Just because I like a post enough to upvote it doesn't mean I have anything worthwhile to say about it. As much as I like to add my 2 cents, I don't always have a story or something to reply to the post. No comment. Like the post, comment but don't wanna get involved in the fray. Just imagine if this post had a couple thousands of upvotes, but no comments. Because upvote takes half a second but a comment can take between 5 seconds to an hour. That doesn't make sense. You don't need to comment everything. Not everyone has a comment to make on everything that vaguely interests them. Why am I having to write this? Because you can still show kindness without recognition. Why waste time on comment, when upvote do trick? Because I don't always need to be heard. Sometimes it is enough to just give a person silent encouragement. Because the button looked so lonely, so I gave it a bump. Every single comment I make gets ignored and it hurts my feelings. Ain't got no time. Because sometimes I find a good post that more people should see, but I just don't have anything to add beyond what's already there. Either someone has already said what I was going to say, or I just don't have anything interesting, informative, or witty to say. No comment. You're trying to trick them, aren't you? Because I'm downvoting and commenting. Too much of a hassle to be honest, and I'm afraid of the downvotes greater than _ less than. We have social anxiety. Thanks for pointing that out. Because they're tired of people reposting this same question every day. If there's an opinion to give or I think my opinion will give any positive stuff to the topic, then I do comment. If not, then upvote and carry on. English before someone else does it. I feel like I have nothing of worth to contribute. No need to be a karma whore. If I see something I like but don't have anything useful to say, I just upvote it. Because I feel like it. Sometimes I'm just in the mood to scroll and upvote things I like. If someone made a good point, I upvote. If I have nothing to add, I don't comment. Upvoting intensifies. No comment. Lazy. The upvote only means I like this. Filling the threads I like this is. I dunno, I'm not religious, but I could imagine you go to hell for it. I don't feel my voice important enough. I don't always see the point. Unless I wanna ask a question, provided it's not yet been answered, answer a question, provided somebody else hasn't answered it yet, or I'm just curious as to what other people think, I won't even open the comment section. And by the time I do all that, I'm bored with the post and move on. I have nothing funny or valuable to comment. Not creative enough to share my thoughts. I'm tried as garbage. We have nothing to say. The best ones and its replies are already upvoted. I'm always afraid what I have to say won't hold up to the standards of a bunch of people I've never met and probably will never meet. Or that my opinion on the subject at hand doesn't matter too much. It's hard for me to comment a lot on things because I don't want someone to hurt my feelings or think my thoughts are stupid. We have 2 ears and 1 mouth. It's nice to appreciate a good post and not feel the need to add to it. Not every post requires or merits a comment, but an upvote shows appreciation and is often merited. Because 90% of comments on Reddit are pointless attempts to grab petty karma with circle-jerky comments. Because I have nothing of value to add and comments with nothing of value annoy me. A lot of times, recently at least, I type up about 15 words of a reply, realize it's dumb, erase. Upvote and move on. Because often I just get downvoted when I'm talking about something which I have more knowledge about than the average Reddit user. This has nothing to do with how smart I may be or not, and everything to do with cultural stuff, like knowing facts about or how to pronounce stuff in a language that half of the world still is unsure about. I am usually 10 hours late to the party because I live in the UK. If I see the top comments are 10 hours old, there is no point in me commenting. Many times I just relate to a story, question, other times the topic is too sensitive for me to talk about. Not in a sense that I'm afraid of other people's opinions, but certain events from my life have a greater impact on my state of mind if I write them down and read them. Because I've never once written a comment on Reddit and I'm not willing to change that. I like what is said and have nothing to add. You've created a bit of a paradox here, because if I was someone who has always upvoted but not commented, then by commenting on this question, I am now an upvoter and a commenter. Thus my information is invalid. Sometimes I feel they've said it all. Sometimes I want to show appreciation for a post but either have nothing to say or what I want to say has been said. I usually see it on the front page and by then my comment would be buried. Like this one.